He's the alien super fiend from a twisted dark dimension. Introducing Judge Death, Judge Dredd's most terrifying villain. Hi everyone and welcome to Still Only 35 Cents. For this video we'll be digging into the first appearance in the chilling world of Judge Death, the most terrifying villain in the Judge Dredd universe and one of the most iconic characters in the legendary comic series 2000 AD. But before we get started, usual stuff, if you're new to the channel please consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing that notification bell for future videos, and if you like the video make sure to hit the like button on the way out. With script by John Wagner and art by Brian Bolland, Judge Death first appeared 3 years after Dredd's creation in 2000 AD Prog 149, 150 and 151. Brian Bolland's masterful design for Judge Death presented a delightfully twisted version of the Mega City 1 Judge uniforms. Bolland today is one of the best cover artists around, but nowadays we rarely get to see him do full stories, so this story is a real treat for readers. So here we have a rather unassuming cover to Prog 149, which features the first appearance of Judge Death. As you can see, the story spread across 3 issues, including Prog 150 of 2000 AD and Prog 151. Now let's have a look inside, which is something most fans don't get a chance to, as these books are reasonably pricey and rare to grab a hold of. We open the first page, and the first story in the Prog is Judge Dredd and features the introduction of Judge Death himself, introducing you to his supernatural powers. And as the story continues, you get to witness this great Brian Bolland art within and story by John Wagner. 5 pages in, and we reach the first part of this classic story within 2000 AD. Let's move to Prog 150 and the continuation of the story with the terrifying Judge Death in the Judge Dredd story. Now we're introduced to Judge Anderson of the Psi Division, and as you can see here, she's channeling Judge Death. But it's not without its consequences, as she is possessed by Judge Death. And to close, Prog 151 with, and again, an amazing first story with Brian Bolland art and script by John Howard, which was a pseudonym for John Wagner. Fantastic art throughout, and our epic conclusion. The story was a huge hit, but it's uncertain if 2000 AD knew how popular Judge Death would become, and just as you saw, during this story the character was not featured on any of the covers. Judge Death is much more than just a dark reflection of Judge Dredd. He embodies the darker aspects of justice and morality. Whereas Dredd sees himself as a necessary evil, Judge Death takes it to a whole new level. He's not just a vigilante or a lawman, he's a supernatural being with the power to sentence entire cities and worlds to death. When Death discovers the existence of Judge Dredd's Mega City 1, he sees it as an ultimate challenge. After decimating one world, he saw another city teeming with life that he needed to extinguish. Notably, in addition to Judge Death, this story also introduces Judge Anderson of the Psi Division, another pivotal character who became a mainstay in the Judge Dredd universe. The first time Judge Death confronted Judge Dredd, it was a moment of chaos and sacrifice. So let's dive in. Our story begins in Prog 149 with the perp Tiny the Tap, who had just escaped from the judges only to run into a newly arrived Judge Death, who immediately proceeds to kill him. When his body is discovered, the judges on the scene are unable to determine what killed him, But in the lab, the tech judges discover skin tissue under his nails in an advanced state of decomposition, in the order of centuries. Meanwhile, Death is attracted to a nightclub by the sounds of life. Entering, he locks the doors and massacres the clubgoers. Luckily, the judges break in, and after Death attacks one of the judges, Judge Ross, Dredd orders the others to open fire. Despite multiple shots, Death gets up again. The judges continue to shoot Death with no effect. After Death attacks another judge, Dredd switches to incendiary and destroys Death's host body. Death's spirit leaves the host, promising to cleanse the city in a parting message. Dredd calls in the Psi Division, who assign Judge Anderson to make a telepathic link with Death. She manages to act as a medium for Dredd to talk to Death, who imparts information about his origins and mission in Mega City 1. Drained from the contact, Anderson retires to her quarters, but before she can get any sleep, she encounters Death again, who possesses her receptive mind. Possessed by Death's spirit, Anderson steals Death's corpse and carries it to a meat wagon, where they make their escape. Psi Division telepaths operating out the Hall of Justice manage to pick up messages from Anderson revealing her location and an important clue: Boing. Dredd's squad follows her through the city based on Psi Division information, where they manage to corner Death and Anderson alone in a sealed room as Death is trying to heal his burnt body with dead fluids. Anderson manages to regain control of her body long enough for Dredd to encase her in Boing, an airtight plastic seal, trapping Death's spirit within Anderson's body. Boing cutters are used to shape the cocoon, and Anderson is placed in the Hall of Heroes, showcasing her extreme sacrifice. I hope you enjoyed this glimpse of the dark world of Judge Death. This is far from the last time Dredd encounters Judge Death. As he states, you cannot kill that which does not live. As mentioned, the early progs of Judge Death's first appearance are quite pricey and hard to find, but you can read this great epic in the pages of Judge Dredd Case Files Volume 3 from Rebellion, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. To celebrate hitting the 1,000 subscriber mark, I'll be giving away this limited edition Hex brand Jim Lee comic Batman vs Superman backpack, and I'll add some books based on the favourite character or team to the backpack for whoever is the winner. In order to give everyone a chance to qualify, we'll be drawing the winner live on the Mystery Monday Monster Show on Monday the 21st of October, 7:30 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time, and Sunday the 20th of October, 4:30 PM Eastern and 1:30 PM Pacific. In order to qualify, simply subscribe to the channel here and on our Facebook, X and Instagram pages. Check out the description below for all the links and more details. As always, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to be alerted for new content. And if you like the video, please hit the like button down below and leave a comment to let me know what you think about Judge Death. Thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. Don't forget to check out our other great videos, as well as our weekly live stream, the Merry Monday Mailcall Show, every Monday at 7:30 AM Australian Eastern, Sunday 5:30 PM Eastern and 2:30 PM Pacific, as well as follow us on Instagram, Facebook and X at still only 35 cents. Enough said.